Rivals, welcome to Bax Attacks. Today we've got a recap of Space Ape's Twitch stream on November 5th on Rival Kingdoms. They've got some really good stuff coming up, and they explained a little bit better the arena seasons, and they showed a sneak peek of what the Elandra statue is going to look like. This is going to be one of the major prizes for the first season. It looks quite nice here in obsidian form. That's not a form I'm likely to see. And it's kind of sparkles. It's quite nice. Basically, the effect of this is to provide an increase for the defenses that are within 5 tiles of the stronghold. This will boost both health and damage. It'll be 10% at the obsidian level and lower percent for bronze and silver and gold. On this screen here, you can see that the number of ancients is soon going to be going up to 43, and if you look at the counts, that means a fire, a lightning, and a death are coming soon, and we'll learn a little bit more about those in a second. Okay, so here's a significant change coming into the game. There's going to be a new currency. It's called Mithril. If you look under the loyalty points there, you see 9 out of 10. That is for a new and rare currency that is going to be used to upgrade defenses. For all of the defenses like Catapult, Watchtower, everything except the Spell Towers, I think. And you'll be able to pop them in and make some different choices on how exactly you'd like to upgrade the defenses. So it's not like a typical upgrade in level. It's going to add some customizable special abilities to your defenses. And you can choose to spread out the mithril throughout the base or to focus it in 1 or 2 defenses. So for example here, on the Catapult, there are 3 different options. You can choose Density, where affected troops are stunned for 1 second. That sounds pretty nice. The second choice is Antipody, and yes, that's how it's pronounced. Affected troops that are burning, chilled, or frozen take additional damage from the Catapult. The third choice is Shatter. Affected troops, chilled, frozen, take 50% additional damage. However, the effect is dispelled. On this screen, they show that you can actually place multiple pieces of mithril within a defense, and you can actually remove it if you decide to place it elsewhere. There will be a cost associated for the removing. So if you try something out, don't like it, you'll be able to switch it around. And they described how you'll be able to see the differences in the defenses. Notice on this watchtower, there's a bit of a platform or a plinth that the watchtower is sitting on, and it's red in color. So it is using the flame tree. There are also examples of the stunned one shows light gray, things like that, so that you'll be able to see as an attacker how the defense has been modified. The options on the Skywatcher are interesting. There's Reinforced, where the Skywatcher takes half damage from arrow units. Dragon, where it will prefer to target dragons over other units. And where affected troops and dragons will have 25% reduced damage for 5 seconds. That's a pretty nice one. Next, we got some information on the new ancient coming next week, Anir. He's a fire ancient, a superior one, and we find out that he's the younger brother of Sulric. Quite interesting. And they show the spells that he has, and they're not the typical damage ones that fire has. His first one, Anti-Magic Zeal, which gives your troops 10% attack damage bonus and prioritize attacking spell towers for about 8 seconds. If an affected troop destroys that spell tower, then all the troops in the radius damage nearby structures as well. Each enemy target can only be affected up to 5 times. The second spell, Blazing Beacon, ignites a target building, causing a good bit of damage, and nearby units will heal for a little bit. The third spell, Flame Touch, for quite a good duration, affected units will disable buildings they attack. Destroyed under this effect. However, generate 1 less defenses. Now that's a very generous trade-off. I will take that one all day. All right, now Anir and Sulric are both superior ancients, and so how can you get them higher? And so they displayed some new ascension materials that will work on both Anir and Sulric, such as the Sleeping Flame Sigil, which will bump them up 1 rarity, initially to rare, and then if you can get another one to epic, and there will be more than one available. They didn't comment exactly what the Sleeping Flame Magnus Stone would do, but several in the chat thought that it would take it up to legendary. The idea of a very powerful Sulric sounds pretty good, and that will kind of put him on par with Moloch. Now, they said the introduction of Anir was actually going to be a series of events, but they didn't say how we would get him or what the reward would be. They made some other nice comments and clarifications within the chat, and it was a really good question and answer session within the stream as well, so let me try to point out some of those points. They said that the chests that we're seeing in the arena are not all the same, that they do increase as they go up to Epic. You'll see higher values dropped and higher percents of getting good stuff, although it may not seem that way so far. There were no changes to Zilla or Golgot in their drop rate, and the Marionette Ancient comes in rare and epic chests. Seasons may be shortened to 2 weeks. They're still experimenting with the length of that. This is just their first one, so they're learning as well as we are. They did comment there's only going to be one doll that can be used on Marionette, so that will have her capped at epic. You won't be able to get her to legendary with dolls. They also pointed out that there are going to be no more rings inside arena chests, and the rings that you get automatically with the different difficulties is how you're going to be getting the rings in the arena. I just want to point out that the odds are really good this season to get a reward. If you're not in the arena and you're at all close, I would recommend you jump in there. I don't think it's too late even to get in there and to get a prize. The key change described today was the new currency called Mithril. This will be obtained via events, daily campaigns. They really are trying to make those more worthwhile to play, as well as season rewards. There will be some Mithril available to all stronghold levels and not too hard to get, and some will be harder to get because, well, there are more defenses at larger stronghold levels. You will be able to remove and pop them in a socket, as I mentioned earlier. And the idea behind this approach is it's supposed to be a really great way to customize your base the way you want. You can pack a few really super powerful defenses with several pieces of Mithril. You can spread them out over the base. You can choose whether you want to focus on the catapults or the watchtowers. So I think it'll be really quite interesting. And after the recent boost in offense that we've seen, it's definitely time for the defenses to get a boost as well. We described earlier the new events coming with Nier and his brother Sulric and the benefits you'll get from that. That will start next weekend, not this one. And we don't know how many there are, but it's going to be a series of events. The Rack and Ruin 3 campaign is also coming. There was no date given other than very soon. There'll be a very nice reward at the end, and within is the chance to fly some multiple dragons at once. So they were very excited for us to be able to get to play this one, so I'm really looking forward to that. Q&A, my favorite part of the Twitch streams. One of the questions was, why do you keep nerfing my Ancient? And they try to explain they are really trying to have a good balance within the game and within the Ancients. And what they do is they monitor the win rates of all the different Ancients, and when they get to be too high, well, they rebalance them. And they saw recently that Jal win rates were going through the roof, and so they realized they had to tone him down a little bit. And even at 12 seconds, they're seeing a pretty good win rate with him, so he's definitely still usable. Just you have to give it some more thought than you did before. We know that more Ancients are coming. We just don't know what, or they didn't say what. And they did hint, though, or they actually said there would be a new league coming soon. The name they weren't ready to give away, but they were suggesting it might be Hammer League or something similar to that. It was asked whether Lupita would return anytime soon. And the answer is no, not anytime soon. There's no current plans for it, although eventually it'll make it back. So, oh well, kind of bummed about that. Future event, they may reward getting epic victories. In other words, 100% destruction compared to other ones. And also, they did notice that the Aegis loyalty cost, it has gone through the roof. And they suggest that it might go down. And honestly, it really needs to. My own Aegis is level 36, I think. And to get it to level 40 would take, I think, 500,000 loyalty. It's just ridiculous. So hopefully they will reduce that. They were asked frequently about the increase in the donation costs, and they did not comment on that at all. So unfortunately, I think that means it's going to stay where it's at. They mentioned in a prior Twitch stream that there might be changes coming to the loyalty system or give us new ways to use loyalty. It was asked if that was coming anytime soon, and the answer was no, not soon. They want to encourage the use of more and more Ancients, and so there may be future events that reward the use of multiple agents, as well as more Ancient trials on the way in order to encourage getting a greater diversity of Ancients up to high level and in use. Frequently asked question was whether there'll be a better system for editing your base. That is in progress. They want to do that, but that's not ready anytime soon. Can you use the Dragon Heart from the Ancient trial on Forvale since he's not an epic Ancient? The answer is no, but they gave a very strong hint that a way is coming to do that. So if you really want to see Forville get to Legendary, hold off on your Dragonheart and wait for these other ways to get him up to Rare and then Epic first. Also, just a note here, it seems that the Elder Mage upgrade costs have been changed so that they're same as the others. I do not understand this. This makes the Elder Mages completely useless. Their starting mana, their spells are no good, so I have no idea why that change was made. I hope that'll get reversed, or hope that was an error. They did give a very quick peek, but no information on some of the new Ancients. Daji, kind of this Japanese vulpine fox-looking character, quite beautiful, and she's going to be a fire ancient. All right, now that was all in the Twitch stream, but there is some other information coming from the beta and from Facebook that I wanted to share. If you don't like spoilers, jump to the end now. The first is, what might that reward for the Rack and Ruin 3 campaign? And it looks like it's going to be the Ancient Alandra. Quite interesting on that one. What might the next Ancient trial be? Well, it might involve the Knights of the game, which are a little bit underutilized. Origin, Aegis, and Admiral Lee, and they really are going to have to fix the upgrade cost for Aegis for this to be effective. And here's a look at that new Death Ancient coming up, at least according to the arcade beta, Soul Shadows. That really looks kind of creepy. Though I don't know any information on his new spells. But one new ancient that I'm really interested in getting is Alandra herself. This is the general. We've seen her show up in many times in RK, and she is going to be, like I said, I think a reward for the Rack and Ruin 3 campaign. Lightning Ancient, looking forward to finding out more about her. Okay, I want to just point out two really excellent websites and other RK players that are doing great stuff for the community. And the first is an excellent Rival Kingdoms fan site, rk411.com. It's going to have a lot of good information. It's got a nice text version of the recap of this Twitch stream today, and it's going to be a lot of other useful information there. So definitely check that one out. Also, there's a contest going on by Heidi Kingdom on Facebook. You definitely want to check that out. And what Heidi's interested in is giving Kingdom a chance to shout out themselves and to recruit, instead of just looking to recruit for her own kingdom. So I really like the spirit behind that. So search for Heidi Kingdom on Facebook, or I'll give the link in the comments below. And especially if you like art, you like context, and you like hooking up with other kingdoms, finding out what else is out there, this is going to be another good resource. One last resource that's starting to grow as well, the RK Lounge, which has what looks to be a very nice forum. So check that out, as well as the Reddit forum as well, if you want more information on that. So hope all this info was useful tonight. Thanks so much for watching.